Hey everyone, welcome back. Big Ambitions, Early Access, point 4. So when we last left off, it was a while ago actually. If you look at the day here, I'll explain. When we last left off, we had just opened up our clothing store, gotten that set up, and basically got situated with that. What ended up happening is I did an entire recording session, a little over, probably about 2 hours-ish. And unfortunately, my recording software, I use OBS in this case, I had changed some monitor configurations around, and for whatever reason, OBS got messed up along the way. I don't know how, but it zoomed in the recording. So you are basically looking at the top left quadrant of the view. Essentially, if you follow my mouse here, it was this area here. And for whatever reason, I didn't notice that. So I lost all of that. It is, I just tried watching it. It's not at all worth uploading. It's really not good. So unfortunately, you missed 20-ish days of time, essentially. So to give you a recap of what happened during that portion of time, I went ahead and not only rounded out the clothing store, which I'll show you what changed there. It's a little different in terms of what's being sold. So I don't know if you recall exactly where I was at before. I guess I imagine you probably do. I had only 2 of these display tables. Well, now I have 6 to handle the full 30 customer per hour capacity. Before I was limited to 10. So I got that rounded out, moved these up a little bit, got that situated. You're also, I'm sure, noticing that I'm making $45,000 a day. Well, on top of that, I managed to get the funds to pay off the tax man. Went to the Internal Revenue Service, which I originally showed you guys where it was, just in case anyone didn't know. But it is right here. This big, tall building in the Murray Hill neighborhood. And you basically just go there, talk to the teller, and pay your taxes like you're purchasing something. You know, it's pretty straightforward and easy. The other thing I did was I learned about blueprints. I hadn't used blueprints in the past, and now I know how to use them. You can find them in your escape menu under the blueprints tab. What I did personally was I added the BRKLN Cuts layout, and it must go to particular buildings. So building size for this case is building type C2. So if I'm going to transfer a blueprint to another location, that building must be building type C2, or else it does not work. That being said, I ended up, let me just take this taxi here. I ended up talking about how someone suggested in the comments that I branch out into other neighborhoods, and that although I am doing an RP playthrough, I'm kind of restricting myself, which I agree, I am restricting myself pretty greatly by focusing on the garment district, which is the poorest district, relatively speaking, in the game. So I decided to heed their advice, and I branched out to this little building here with a traffic of 72 and a customer base of 30, and is also, as you can tell, a C2 type building. So what I did was I basically used the blueprint to set up a franchise. So as you can see, I called it BRKLN Cuts HK for Hell's Kitchen. And if I enter, you'll notice that it is exactly the same. In fact, one thing I am going to change here while you're here with me, since I didn't do it before, I might as well make the back room look like a back room. Let's make this dark. So the other thing I ended up doing with this location was figuring out how to have a 24-hour location with as many stations as this has. So if I go to the BRKLN Cuts HK, by the way, it's only like day 2 of this place being open. I guess I should point that out. Yeah. So the schedule is nutty. I have 54 employees for this place to be open 24 hours. Now, I explained, which unfortunately you obviously did not see, that I find this idea of being open for 24 hours somewhat of an anomaly. I don't think I'm going to do it for all my businesses. I understand if I'm going to maximize my profits, I should have every business open for 24 hours. The problem with that is, one, it's really unwieldy. This took a while to do because autofill all does not work well. In fact, it was really bad. It, for whatever reason, ignored the wants and needs of your employees. It straight up gave part-timers like 8 hours of work and that's it, and then filled in the full-timers to like maximum 50 hours. It was horrible. It does not work well. I only recommend doing something like this when you're starting off. When you have something as complicated as a 54 employee, multiple station business, just take the time, do it yourself. And that's what I did. It's pretty straightforward for the first 5 days, and then it gets kind of funky on the weekend just because you have to fill it out a little bit, but it works. Everyone's working, everyone's happy, everyone's needs are met, so it worked. But it's open 24 hours. It hopefully is going to be making, you know, a decent amount of money. I mean, over the last few days, you could tell it has, so, or 2 days, I guess. It's already gross profited a 48,000. If I go to account view, I mean, you could tell right here for 2 days straight, it was making negative, you know, 7,100, negative 8,200. Like, it was not making any money, but now we go here and suddenly we're positive 11,000. So, and that's just over that period of time, 1 day. So, that's what we did. Oh, and by the way, in order for you to place a blueprint into a business, you can see these purple highlighted buildings. These are interior designers. It is a, interior installation firm. It's a new type of business that I was not aware of with the blueprint system. You basically go in and, you know, you talk to them. They have options that they can do on their own that they make, or obviously you can apply your blueprint, and basically you pay them. It's the cost of the interior plus the appliances and whatever else you have in the building itself, and then I'm sure there's like a little extra added cost as well. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't math it out, but yeah. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy, pretty cool. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see it in real time, but it is what it is. The other thing I started to do, and what I ended the last video on, was, let me take another taxi here. I purchased, where is it at? This location here, also in Hell's Kitchen, and it is going to be our first supermarket. So I explained in the video I wanted it to be green again, just because I like the way, like, I like green. I like the, it reminds me of like a grocery store for some reason. I don't know the exact reason why, but it just does. I like the way it hits, I guess. I mean, I'm thinking, okay, green, produce, healthy, stuff like that. So now we're going to be selling ice cream and frozen food, so it's not exactly the healthiest place in the universe, but, you know, it is what it is. I did order a delivery of these items here. They should be coming in about 19 minutes. So, got the checkout counter, loudspeakers, drink shelves for, you know, beer and other liquors. Got the hanging product signs. I mean, you can pause it and read each one, but I mean, that's what we got going on. It'll be here soon, and we'll set that up within the building and whatnot. But that cost $98,000, and I already am right back to here. So making a good chunk of change. I just wish that you guys could have seen all that, but I guess the benefit of hindsight is, well, now I get to do this part for you. So this video is going to be a little bit more focused on this aspect since I kind of accomplished what I wanted to do today. In fact, I'm recording the same day that all that footage was lost because I wanted to give you guys something to view, and perhaps after I get this set up, get people hired and whatnot, we can talk about the next business that I'll open and maybe do a little bit of work with that as well. Again, I'm sorry you guys didn't really get to see all that in real time, but I hope this makes it up a little bit. What we need to do first off is I need to go back home here and get to my car, because I'm going to need to travel afterward. But I also need to hire another HR manager because currently speaking, we are maxed out. So we have over 100 employees at this point. I mean, like I said, the salon in itself was 54 employees. So that's one HR manager by itself, which is just, to me, kind of silly. Oh, I think I went way too far. Let's check the map. Oh yeah, I went way out of my way. Well, anyway, I have quite a bit of working around to do here. I think I'll hire everyone all at the same time, so I'll get the HR manager and the cashiers and cleaning and whatnot. So I was thinking I could potentially keep the supermarket open for 24 hours as well. Again, I understand I just said it's an anomaly, but I was more so thinking like it's an anomaly for a hairstylist or salon, I guess I should say, to be open 24 hours. I don't truly know as it pertains to New York City, but I feel like even there, for a city that's always, you know, always open, stuff like that, I feel like there are plenty of businesses that are not open 24/7. I'm pretty certain you guys will back me up on that somewhat. So I know there are places that are open 24/7, but I feel like that's not going to be the case for a hair salon. But this place will be open 24 hours. And I'll show you how I do that. But first, I'm going to slightly skip ahead just so I can get all this stuff in here, and then we'll go from there. So see you in a second. Okay, we are now full up with everything that we needed to. I took a couple trips to the appliance store right here, Square Appliances. I need to pick up a couple other things here, but you could see that I did the trick of using the Ikaboahag cart here so I could buy some wooden product crates and not have to go back 4 times. Just had to do a couple displays here just so I can put the wooden shelves on. But so what we're gonna do is basically set up the layout for all this product and appliances and get our supermarket up and running here. So I'm gonna take you along here for the trip somewhat. I don't know if I'll make you watch the entire thing, but my goal here is to turn this into a potential hopeful gold mine in Hell's Kitchen, because I should be able to raise prices somewhat, if I'm not mistaken, versus the garment district. Don't need those yet, so I'll move those right here for the moment. Also don't need those. Just go right here, actually. Let's see, what do we got here? Security panels, sure. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do with the branching out is to do franchises. So I would need to basically make blueprints so that I can take one place and just copy it over. So one of the things I explained in the last video that you unfortunately didn't see was branding is very important to businesses that franchise out, because all these businesses are, well, they're franchises, so they're not actually corporate owned, but they still need to look like they're part of the same brand, part of the same family of business. And I used McDonald's as an example. A vast majority of McDonald's locations, unless I'm mistaken, are franchises. They're not corporate owned. So a lot of the locations are owned by people that, you know, their only tie to corporate is the fact that they're carrying the McDonald's name, and that's it. But McDonald's wants to keep a consistent, you know, look and feel to their locations, because I mean, you should be able to go to any McDonald's theoretically in the world, but I'm going to focus here in the United States. You should be able to go to any McDonald's here in the United States and expect to see the same exact stuff, same menu, same look, same everything. So my point behind that is that I want we're starting obviously Brooklyn Cuts. I want every Brooklyn Cuts to look similar. We'll change the names, you know, to match the fact that this current one, for instance, is in Hell's Kitchen, so we put HK. In Murray Hill, we'll do MH. And obviously Midtown, I'll just call it Brooklyn Cuts Midtown or something. But aside from that fact, it's going to be the same. It's going to look the same. The place is going to feel the same. It's going to have the same amount of stations, etc. And thankfully with blueprints, we can achieve that. But it goes back to what I was saying. That's our brand. We want people to walk in and recognize that, you know, this is Brooklyn Cuts. You've entered Brooklyn Cuts. You know what to expect. The pricing is the same, etc., etc. So that's what we'll attempt to do here. Where should I put this? There we go. The intent is also the same for this place. So I thought it was funny at the time, but now it's not going to hit the same because it's not real time. But we named the place Shop, without the extra P, unfortunately, but Shop Smart Del Mart. I still think it's funny, but it might not be. Who knows? I like it. It looks stupid, obviously, and purposefully misspelled. It's funny to me. So that's what we're going with. We're going to be selling alcohol. Well, basically, I think I got 2 more shelves of these, but we're going to be, yep, I did. Let's see, our options were beer. Yeah, we're going to sell beer and whiskey and then wine. And we'll have produce. Obviously, I bought produce shelves here. I don't know if I bought enough. Now I think about it. Maybe I didn't. And we'll have frozen food, we'll have fresh food, and we'll have ice cream and drinks. So hopefully that all pans out. This is an interesting exit sign. I did not expect it to be like that. We'll put it there. Put you there. Oops. Yeah, this is the goal. We're gonna start making a lot more money here, so we get to have fun with it. I know it's gonna be kind of weird seeing me not, at least now, struggle too much, but I mean, it's still hard mode, so I expect still things to you know, to be relatively difficult. At least that's the hope. I didn't really want to make it easy on myself, so I think it might be safe to that over 1. There we go. That's a bit better. One thing I'm worried about, I'm worried about whether or not there will be a point here where it's just going to start getting a little too easy and too monotonous. So with that being said, I would love some suggestions on which route I should take. Try to, you know, if you're going to give a suggestion, I would appreciate at least trying to make it, you know, somewhat relevant to role playing, and that I don't want to build a business that's just going to be like, all right, here's everything that you could possibly buy in one location. We're now just, instead of a Delmart, we're now just a straight up Walmart. I don't want to make a Walmart. I don't think that's very fun, personally. I kind of like the idea of these being, it's, you know, New York City, but I like the idea of them being small, for lack of a better term, mom pop shops. But it's clearly not, because it's part of my enterprises. But yeah, if you can come up with some neat suggestions, you know, let me know in the comments. That would be cool. I do really appreciate all the comments that we've gotten so far. It's, quite frankly, it's kind of exciting to reply to your comments, see what you guys are saying. I especially enjoyed the one comment from you're gonna have to forgive me, I don't recall the name, but you know who you are if you see this video. If you don't, then I'm sorry you're not watching. But I enjoyed the one comment about, for the sake of engagement, here's a comment. So I enjoy everything that you guys write. I really appreciate it quite a bit. It really does mean a lot. I hope to build this channel into something that, you know, we have fun with. I can share gameplay and my enjoyment, and, you know, like any other YouTuber out there, of course, I want to, you know, earn some money off of it. I'm not going to just like sit here and lie that that's not a goal. Of course, that's a goal. In fact, if you're going to be doing YouTube videos, you know, consistently and uploading and trying to do some, you know, work with them, it seems like almost like a lie if you're not trying to make some kind of money off of it. So, I mean, say what you will on that, but in the end, for me, the top priority is to just honestly play some games and share them with you guys. I really think it's fun. I love the fact that there are people watching my videos and liking my videos. I'm especially proud of the fact that I'm now at 30 subscribers. That's super, super awesome to me. In fact, I think I'm at 32 now. Super cool. I'm really thankful and grateful for all of you that have decided to subscribe. I truly appreciate it. I hope I'm living up to the standard that you guys are expecting. I really think that as time goes on with other games, we can hopefully, you know, find some fun things to do with it, and maybe eventually I'll start streaming. You know, I don't have a proper camera or anything like that. I mean, I have a camera for my work computer. I work from home, so I'm here all the time. I have a camera for Zoom meetings and whatnot, but it's not really an appropriate camera for streaming. But if I were to stream, I don't know if I would stream Big Ambitions necessarily. At least I don't know how I would stream it on the onset. But I would stream other things. You know, I think one of the popular games out there to stream is Call of Duty. There's also, you know, the ability to stream Starfield, for instance, which is, I mean, it won't have the same hit as a multiplayer game, obviously, but it'll still be fun to watch and stream with everyone and go through the quests and, you know, just have a little bit of fun with it. I did try making a Baldur's Gate Let's Play series, and it just seemed to have fell flat. No one watched it. No one really cared. In fact, I had maybe, out of the 6 videos I made, maybe a combined total of 40 views altogether. So I stopped doing that, but maybe that's a game that I can, you know, maybe stream in the future. I don't know. Certainly would love ideas there, obviously, but for the time being, I want to stick to just doing these videos. I think it's a lot easier. And, yeah. Anyway, all that being said, let's get this worked up here. So I bought this neon sign here for the sole purpose of indicating, hey, this is the liquor section. So let's get these all placed. I think I'll space it out that way. Let's get these out of the way. Maybe a little bit more like that. There we go. Yeah, let's get them close together. So we're gonna have one row of beer. Oh man. This does not want to. Dear Hovguard, I sincerely hope that you change these menus somehow, or if someone in the comments knows how to make these menus stick. It's just, this is frankly frustrating. It is difficult to deal with them when you're like this. I mean, I shouldn't have to do this just to get this to stay as beer when I have these placed out. So just a slight criticism, I guess. I don't know if that's really a criticism, but you know what I'm saying. I just want it to be a little bit easier to deal with. That's all. Yeah, let's do this. There you go. So we got our beer, our whiskey, and our wine nooks. Let's actually space that out a little bit better. There we go. Now it makes more sense. So we got the alcohol here. We got the... I'm going to move these over a little bit so I can get these all changed out. Okay, now we're all set. We have the final layout here. So we got bananas, pear, apple, carrots, lettuce, tomato, all the signs up, wine, whiskey, beer, frozen, fresh food, ice cream. We just need to go get some proper drinks fridges, like the soda fridges, and we'll be good to go. We need to start hiring as well. But we also need to consider, after this is set up, what our next business is going to be. And I'm thinking perhaps we might delve into the 1,000 square meter buildings. I'm not 100% sure if I'm ready to fulfill that, because we don't even have a jewelry store. We don't even have an electronics store yet. Maybe that's the better route. In fact, I think actually that sounds a little bit more fun even. So I think I'm going to do that. I think we should do... Let's do an electronics store next. After this place. Let's get 2 of these. Let's get a product wall, or wall product sign. And I'm gonna grab some of those too. I'm sure we need them. There we go. All right, so let's grab some pallets, or pallet shelves, I should say. I know for sure we're gonna need more space for all that stuff we're getting. And then obviously tomorrow, since we're out of time now, tomorrow we can get everyone hired. Now the way I was going to situate it is, let's just look at the schedule here. Now I know there's no actual schedule to be had because there's no one there. But the way it's going to work is, since we're open 24 hours and we want people to work 8-hour shifts, we need, for the first 5 days, we need 3 people, 3 full-timers. So that covers the full 24 hours. For all 3 stations. So we need 3 full-time cleaners, 3 full-time cash register workers or customer service workers, and 3 full-time security guards. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to do part-timers. And in this case, I think it's going to be fine doing 2 part-timers for every station. That way they work 2 12-hour days. That's it. Easy peasy. All right, let's get this stuff over to the supermarket and the shelves in the warehouse, and I will see you guys here in a second. All right, guys, it is the next day. As you can see right here, we made $51,000, almost $52,000 even. BRKLN Cuts HK is making almost $19,000 a day in profit. BRKLN Cuts is $10,000. Boom Roasted almost $4 grand. Della's Threads $13,000, doing pretty good. I'm still honestly kind of shocked that the gift shop is not really doing well. Even with the the pricing, what do they not like? Pricing changed. Well, that makes a lot more sense. I kind of wish there was a better way of communicating price changes. Like, give me a warning, or, you know, give me some kind of indication that the market price has shifted. I understand. Is it asking too much of me to just go into Market Insider literally every single day and adjusting prices? No, it's not at all. I just would like a little bit more information up front, I guess. I don't know. Let me know if that's an unreasonable ask, because going into here every single day and then having to go through every single, I know I don't have multiple, I mean, I guess I do now with Hell's Kitchen, but I don't have multiple, you know, locations in every single district. I shouldn't have to really complain, or I shouldn't need to complain, but the idea, once you're in all 4 districts, going through and making sure that your pricing in every single business is set correctly can be kind of tedious. So it'd be just nice to get a warning like, hey, you know, it's already here in terms of yeah, shortages and whatnot. So maybe like let me know up front. I don't know. That's just what I would say. But yeah, I mean, it just would be nice. I see now that this is how you can tell how to do your price structure. Yeah. So I would say Garment District is the so-called poorest. Murray Hill's the second. Hell's Kitchen's the third. Midtown's the fourth. So Murray Hill would have been probably the natural expansion route, but Hell's Kitchen is just much more accessible for me right now. Anyway, we now have the ability to hire on the people that we need. So let's just get... Let's just do that. Let's do that. And finally, the security guard. Do that. So we'll get 30 candidates coming in, and we'll get our pick of the litter, so to speak, of what to hire. We also need to get, hopefully, good, one more destination there. Cool, perfect. Let's delete that last one there. All right, so we want that. I would say we should start out with 1,000. Well, I really don't know how many is in a box. Let's just start with 800 of each. We'll do 700 of that. Oh, we need 1,000 whiskey. Let's do 2,200 of beer. There we go. I added quite a few pallet shelves, so hopefully that's enough. We need to do our... I need to look at this one more time, make sure I grabbed everything here. Yes, okay. We need to make sure all the inventory and pricing is accurate now. Looks to be at the moment. I think ice cream is going to be the one that's above average because of the shortage, but it should be okay. While we're here, we do have a couple spaces we can rent in Hell's Kitchen for our next business, which, like I said, is going to be an electronics store. We could try this. In fact, it's 1,000. Screw it. Let's take it. It's got a... Oh, it doesn't have a good traffic index though. Oh, did I mess up? Well, it seems to be the case on all these. Oof, at least it's not that one. Yikes. Oh well, I know one of these businesses has like a crazy good... Where is it? Is it this one? Oh, that's the one we own. Well, either way. We got this one now. It's 1,000 square meters. We'll figure out how to finagle that, but for now, I can handle 75. Ooh wee. That's gonna be an expensive setup. Let's get through this day. I need to buy some fresh food, I believe. But I'm gonna get through this day. We're gonna get all of our candidates, and we'll see what that looks like here in just a moment. So I'll see you guys here in a second. Okay, we finally have the candidates we wanted. We just need to set up our schedule here. So like I mentioned before, we're gonna do... Well, not gonna be there. There we go. So we're gonna do 3 people for the 3 full-timers for the 5 days a week. Oops, that's cleaning. There we go. Throw that there. Throw him there. 5 days. Perfect. Full-timer. And then security guards. That's part-timer. Part-timer. Full-timer. So this is essentially what I was doing with the other schedule, the one like crazy looking one. So now I turn this off. So all these are the same then. I just turn these on. And now I can just go to the part-timers here. Go to 12. 12. Wait, why do these all say 48 hours? Oh, right. There we go. Okay. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do, thankfully. Just gotta do the last 2 days manually, which isn't that big of a deal. All right. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have enough space for the product, so I'm gonna have to run another day just to see if everything fits. Then I'll probably have to adjust it otherwise. But we'll see how that pans out. Let us head back home and go from there. Okay, we are open for business. Everything is stocked, full inventory. All the pricing should be still good. Let's just check here. Yeah, everything looks all right. So next we need to, since we already rented this place here, we need to math out how much this place will potentially be. So we know that, oh, you know, one thing I don't think I mentioned, maybe I did, but the clothing store with the smartwatches, now that I have the proper amount of tables, has gone up in sales. Well, not yesterday for some reason, but if you see the smartwatches, I mean, they do a pretty good job of adding money on, but overall, the sales for this place has gone quite a bit up compared to when it first started, simply because of these. So I think with the electronics store, we're gonna make quite a bit of money. But let's head over there real quick. Just we'll go by taxi. I mean, it's New York, so we have a lot of space to cover here. So if we want this place to look really, really good, I'm thinking we're gonna have to look fancy, and I really like that dark wood look. I also like this tile. Let's see, how would I feel about this dark tile? Makes sense. 62,000 just to tile this place. For wall, what does this look like? Oof, brick is going to be super expensive.
1, 2, 1,
Let's try to see what this looks like.
2,
We're going to try to make it look like ooh, modern,
1,
chic, or whatever the correct terminology is. I just feel like this looks like
2,
it makes sense. Like, you got the dark floor with the contrasting walls.
2, 3, 4.
71,000. Let's do it. And we still have 114 remaining. All right, so we have a lot of space. We need to cover 75 customers per hour. We're also going to need to worry about getting marketing going and whatnot. Let's talk to AJ Peterson. So I think we need a lot of, well, actually, before we talk to them, I don't even know how many items there are. So if I go to my purchasing agents, Jet Cargo, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 items for the electronics store. So I guess I could have done this too. I can additionally sell soda. That's so funny to me. Oh, you can also sell soda. I'm trying to think, what else would I want? Maybe that's it. It is an electronics store after all. All right, yeah, let's do this. So I need 48 of these. Oh, I don't even remember what the address is of this place. Empty retail, empty retail. Is it this one? No, it's definitely not this one. It's this one. All right, so we're going to start a new business. Electronics store. We will name it. Circuit City. Because they're out of business. I don't think they even exist anymore as a intellectual property. So we're just going to name it Circuit City. I miss Circuit City. when I was much younger, that's where we went to look at electronics and whatnot. Very cool place. Well, not a business because they could not compete with online businesses, obviously. They're not... What's that popular place out west? Is Fry's? Anyone out west, let me know if I'm wrong on that one. But I feel like Fry's is a electronics store. Anyway, let's start that business. Oof, that looks horrible. Let's change that real quick. Oh. We'll do that, whatever. There you go. Well, no, we should probably follow... Duh. Hello. Come on, Dello. Get this shit right. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Circuit City. They were red and white, if I remember correctly. So we need 48 appliances for, or rather tables. Do that. Add item. We'll do the checkout stand left. We'll do 10 loudspeakers. Oh, but I'm not gonna have... All right. We'll skip that for now. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's do the fast click. How much? 158,000. Oh, man. All right. That's what we're doing. And we definitely need some security. Well, I'll get all this afterwards. We'll worry about that later on. All right, that's ordered. All right, guys, I think this is actually going to be a good stopping point as well. It is getting late for me on this same day that I lost all my footage, so I hope you guys at least liked what you saw here. I hope you guys are definitely excited for this big electronics store that's coming. Might take a few days to get this up and running and, you know, get it all set up, but we're going to try it. We're definitely going to try it. We'll see what happens. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. What other direction should we take? I still want to follow the franchise idea that was in the comments, obviously, and we'll branch out and make some more Brooklyn Cuts locations. And yeah, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you liked the video, obviously give me a like. I really appreciate it when I see those likes coming in. It makes me know that or rather helps me know that I at least am doing somewhat of a good job. And obviously, if you enjoy the series or if you enjoy this video and want to see more, give me a subscribe. I'm definitely going to continue with not only this series, but I'm trying to consider what I should do next for a next game, kind of like a side series or maybe a parallel series. I would like to do multiple gameplays, so you know, let me know in the comments what you might want to see. I know someone already suggested Starfield. I might do that as well. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I truly appreciate everyone. I am so happy that I'm over 30 subscribers now. It is amazing to see. I truly never thought I would get anywhere close to that. So it is super awesome to see that. I'm very grateful. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Take care. Bye now.